YouTube, this is Chuck Gunnels, and welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. This morning we're going to do some more aluminum work. You can see here I've been cutting aluminum frames from some doors. And these are the frames that actually hold the gaskets. Look here, you can see the grooves in it. Anyhow, we'll do a little bit of that and some sill plates. As you can see here, this is what's left of the sill plate, and unfortunately, my yard won't allow you to have even a sticker on aluminum. So this has gasket in it here, and I've tried to get it out. I've cut up some of this stuff, and I just can't get it off of there. So we're just going to cut this in pieces and do it as dirty aluminum. And see what they give me for it. If they give me anything, I don't know. My yard's kind of a stickler on this stuff. And then we're going to go from that over to some electronic stuff here. I've got these here and one more piece. Okay, we're going to get started. Alright guys, for this I'm going to use an N95 dust mask. Not because of fumes or anything, it's just because I'm going to be kicking up a lot of aluminum dust. Because we're going to cut this with a cutoff wheel. Okay, that's part of it. Crooked. Let's see. I'm just going to have to hold this one. Okay, so here's what we got. I haven't weighed the aluminum yet. It's quite heavy. Dirty aluminum, clean aluminum. This is all extruded. This is brass, and it's very heavy. Very heavy for the metals is like 30 pounds or so or more. So 2 aluminum, 1 brass, 1 zinc, that's probably 20. And I've got this insulated copper, and it's 19 pounds, 8 ounces of insulated. It's a what is it, 12 conductor or something like that. And then this one here is just like cords, and that's about 10 pounds. So this is all going to the church, our church. A lot of this is when I changed out some ceiling fans for the church, and the door. We changed 2 sets of French doors, and so this is all the scrap from that. And from the ceiling fans and from some sound cable. Anyhow, that's the end of the scrapping part of it for the metals. So let's go and do something easier. Okay, so what we got here. This is an amp probe, and this meter you can actually plug in the bottom and use it as a VOM, or you can do a, as you can see right here, a 300 amp clamp around the wires. And I went to use it because I'm having a little electrical problem, and it fell apart. And it just, I mean, pieces fell out of it, and this thing is probably, there's no date on the board either, but I'm guessing this is probably 40 years old. So being the electrician I used to be, I got a digital clamp on it. Model DSA 1000 because it goes to 1,000 amps. There's nothing in my house that goes to 1,000 amps, but there's pieces falling off of that one too. Okay. This one has been sitting for at least 38 years, because that's how long we've been in Arizona. And so went to use it, and this has a really bizarre set of batteries that you got to pull this whole back off of, and you got the fuse in here and everything. It's 6 cells in here, big cells about the size of a quarter. But not a problem. Here's the charger. We'll just charge that puppy. Well, I charged it for half a day and it didn't take any charge. So I don't think they even make a cell arrangement like that anymore. So that's going to be the other part of our. That was right. These are the pins that went in the meter. These are brass. You can see the brass there. I hit it on a grinder. So that's good. We'll cut the copper off of that. And a little bit of copper, a little bit of brass. Where's the other one? Here it is. Both the same. So we got brass, and these are brass. This is brass and this is copper. Unfortunately, these are steel, but I'll save them. They're not even stainless. They're made in Japan, though. So keep those. So yeah, it'll be onward and upward. The power supply to the 1,000 amp clamp on. This is scrap. This is a little power supply that supposedly was going to charge it. So we'll get the transformer out of that or whatever's in there. And this is brass. What it is. Yeah, you can see there I ground it. So we'll do like we did to those other ends. We'll take this, wind him up, and put him in the insulated wire bucket. None of this will amount to much, but you know, a whole bunch of this adds up to a lot. So, and I've got just gobs and oodles of this junk sitting around taking up space, so it's going to scrap. Now, what we'll do with this is like we did to the other one. Take it over to the device. Let me move you over so you can see. I know you've probably seen this 100 times. I know I've done it 100 times. Sometimes I put a rag over it so the shrapnel doesn't go everywhere. Sometimes I don't. And today's going to be a don't, I think, is what I think. So we'll do both of these, the transformer and the little wire in that's brass. Hold it with pliers. There she goes. I like to do it on the crack. That came apart like that. The lid came off. Got some copper, got a capacitor, got a transformer, and that's about it. The rest is scrap. Oh, do this. And maybe I can't. Okay, onward and upward. Time is money. This is what came out of that power supply. We got the 2 electrical ends. These are brass. The one end here is brass, and it's got, how to get this plastic off of here, and that's brass. This is our copper, so we didn't get a lot. Oh, the transformer. We got this little transformer and this little bit of insulated wire here. Whoop, I don't know what that was, but it went in there. That's I don't know what that is. Okay. That's going to scrap. I don't save that junk. But we'll save the transformer and the little wires and this wire and the brass. Okay, onward to the next thing. Okay, so this is the meter, the 300 amp clamp on. This is aluminum. I believe. Let me get it. Magnet. Yeah, that's aluminum. This is a copper bus. These are brass screws. Those are brass screws. And that's a copper coil. So we'll get a little bit out of these. You don't get much out of this kind of stuff. There's some more brass on the back. You can see the screws and the nuts. The circuit board has some copper in it. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get that out of there though, but anyhow, so there'll be a little bit there, but I'm afraid it's going to be another day. It's getting really hot in here, so we're going to call her quits for the day and be back again. I just finished the 300 amp clamp-on ammeter. What you see here is steel. I haven't weighed it. This is copper. There's not a lot of it, but it's a copper coil and a bunch of copper brackets and whatnot. Well, the brass, there's quite a bit of brass, the screws, and some of the, this was holding the spring here. That's steel, regular steel. This is all aluminum. This is sheet aluminum and this is cast aluminum. It's all aluminum. And this here little guy is a magnet. He'll stick to anything. But that's the meter movement. So we're done with that one and we're ready to go on to the next one. I just pulled the back off of the 1000 amp meter, and this is the battery, and the screws are non-magnetic, so I've got to hit them with a file. Let's do that right now so I know. That's brass. So that's all brass. This is the battery pack here, and it's an old school battery pack. You just get the big cells. Don't know what these are. Back in the day, these were probably a NiCad battery, and it says nothing on it. Now there it says USA. Actually, it says YUASA. So I'm saying that's Japanese or Chinese or something. So I have no idea what these are for sure. So we got the back off, and let's see, what else do we got? Here's the battery. Yeah. And it's a KTK quarter. So we'll scrap that also. I have no use for that. And so we got a few more screws here, and we'll see what happens. Where's my battery? Oh, more brass. There's no screw there. Can I do it with this one? Nope. Okay, let me get another tip. Okay, so these are little screws in here. Obviously, see if this one will work. Yep. Oh, and that one is steel. Very interesting. Okay, come on. Garbage. Boy, these are little in here. I don't know where that came from, but okay, so I got a smaller Phillips here, and I'll take this stuff apart. And it's small. I've got a whole set of them. So that's garbage. And what is this? It's either stainless or brass. What do we got here? Okay. Alright guys, there's nothing tricky about this. These jaws here, that's the one jaw. Notice the coil, copper coil. This is the brass from the spring that holds between the jaws, as this goes in here on these. This is steel, that's copper, this is brass, and I'll have another brass coil in here, I believe. And that's where we're at so far. The batteries and all this stuff are pretty much junk. I'm going to try to get this brass. Can you see that? Sure. Right over there. So these are all brass, so I'll try to get those out and these out. And this has got a card in here yet that I've got to get out, and that'll be it. All right. Other arm off the clamp on. This was the first one I took off. Here's the second one. Look at the coil on that puppy. So we did get a little bit. This is still going to be number 2 once I figure out how to separate this thing. This will be hard pressed to go in the 20 ton. And it doesn't slide, so I've got to figure that out. This is the brass. There's probably an ounce or so there. This is garbage. That's garbage except for that brass. This is not totally apart yet. I'm not sure. Let's see, what do we got here? I believe there's another card in here, but I don't have what I need. Okay. All right, this is it for this one. You got to figure out how to get the copper off of these, and that will go to steel, and this will go to copper, obviously, number 2. Wasn't much in those, either one of them. A little bit of brass, a little bit of copper, a little bit of steel, and this is the little bit of steel, basically. A lot of plastic. So are they worth doing? If you have nothing to do and you want to bang out something, that's what to play with. Anything electronic like that. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, come back again, give it a great comment. And stay safe out there, guys. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in our country. So stay safe, stay blessed. See you on the next one.